Hi, I'm Laurie Rogie, and this is my Anatomy of the Eye video for the fall 2019 semester for the Anatomy of the Eye class at Texas Tech. The first part we want to talk about is the sclera, the white part of the eye. It protects your outer eye. The next area is the choroid. It's depicted here as this dark brown. This is the layer that primarily contains blood vessels and nourishes the retina. The retina is depicted here in kind of this goldy color. And this is the inner lining of the eye in which the photoreceptors are located towards the back of the eye. This area then, the retina, receives the light rays, which are converted into electrical impulses that travel through your optic nerve, which can be seen here. The ora serrata is where the inner eye, where the retina and the choroid layer kind of come together towards the front. The ora serrata is the only place where the choroid can actually be seen. Conjunctiva is a transparent mucous membrane that lines the sclera. It lines the white part of the eye. It doesn't line your cornea, which is this front part here, but this is the area in which if you get conjunctivitis, which is pink eye, it's that inflammation of your conjunctiva, or if you have bloodshot eyes, then your conjunctiva may be inflamed. That's where that comes from. This is the superior rectus, and it is responsible for eyes being able to look up. So when you have your students that want to roll their eyes, they are looking up and they are using that superior rectus, thinking they are maybe superior. Down below, you have your inferior rectus, and this is responsible for making your eyes look down. Now, this is gonna be a right eye, so the nose is here. So this is your medial rectus, which is responsible for your eyes looking into your nose. Then on the other side, we have our lateral rectus. This is gonna have you making your eye look out towards the side. The cornea is the protective curved layer. It helps with refraction and focal strength. It's the only transparent tissue you have in your body. And then the lens is gonna be here. It is behind your iris. The iris is the part with the color, the pigment, named after the goddess of the rainbow. The iris focuses the light for near vision. It controls how much of the pupil, which is the opening where the light rays go through to travel back to your optic nerve, to the retina. The iris contracts. It controls the aperture, how much light is coming in. This section is your anterior chamber, the front part of your eye. The aqueous humor is the fluid that is in the front of this lens. It's kind of like a bath. It nourishes and cleanses your eye. And so at the bottom here, we have the canal of Schlemm. This is where the fluid from the vitreous humor is traveling up to the aqueous humor, and it comes through the canal of Schlemm. And the canal of Schlemm, if it gets blocked, then you can have a glaucoma, because the fluid then builds up and puts too much internal pressure on your retina, which can cause blindness. The canal of Schlemm is covered by the trabecular meshwork. The trabecular meshwork filters the fluid and controls the flow of the fluid going from the vitreous humor to the aqueous humor and back again. So we're gonna look now at the posterior chamber, the back section. So this, I said, is the vitreous humor. It's the gel-like substance that makes up the majority of your eye. Then we have on the inside, you can see the ciliary body. The ciliary body is what helps the lens to accommodate. it is attached, the ciliary bodies attached to the lens by suspensory ligaments. The ciliary body helps the lens to accommodate. It's kind of like a good way to remember this is if your in-laws are coming to visit, when the in-laws come, the muscles contract and they're closer, they're with you, and that you can see them. And then when they leave and they get farther away, things relax, they thin out so that you can see more at a distance. In older people, what happens is that lens, it becomes more brittle and yellow, and so it's less able to make that change, so that when they're with you, they may be a little more difficult because they can't see as well. And so that is what's happening. So just remember, when it is contracting and that accommodation you can see up close, when they leave, things relax and thin out and they're further away. The macula is the thinned area of the retina. And this thin area of the retina is where most of the cones are located. The fovea centralis is going to be right kind of in the center of that, is where your 20/20 vision comes from. These cones, they detect color and help with those fine details. There's red, blue, and green cones. And so this information then goes to your optic disc, which is located here. It's at the head of the optic nerve, where the ganglion cells then are going to exit the eye, travel through the optic nerve to your brain. Where this optic disc is where you have a blind spot that your brain will fill in for you because you don't notice that you have it. Thank you. I hope it helps you learn the parts of the eye.